it's Lee, and today's video I have an affordable clothing haul, ish. So today I'm going to be testing out products from a company called SHEIN, and we're going to be trying to see if they are worth the money. Which is a really weird thing to say considering they are an affordable brand, I think. From what I understand, I don't really know. I've seen them advertised a lot on Facebook and Instagram because I do a lot of online shopping, so I get a lot of online shopping ads. I kind of have a bit of a problem. But from what I can understand, they are cheaper clothes, price-wise, and are probably also cheaper quality-wise. I don't really know much about the manufacturing process, how they run their business or whatever, if anything they send out is actually legit. I've heard rumors that this is one of those brands that sends better things to influencers and naff things to regular customers, and I mean, I don't call myself an influencer. I'm a regular Joe, so I probably don't have the best quality stuff, but we're going to put them to the test, see how the fabric feels, see how well they're made, if the sizing is correct, things like that. I do want to say that this video is not sponsored. I paid for all of this stuff with my own money. Everything, all of the opinions are my own. I'm not being paid to say anything. Nobody ever wants to work with me. That's a lie, actually. A couple brands do work with me, but no clothing brand wants to work with me. So let's just see how the clothes are, okay? So I bought 10 items, kind of. One of them is a co-ord set, so technically it's 9 things. Anyway, let's just get into it. I think I'm gonna start with the tops first. I think that's a good place to start, and then we'll move on to the bottoms. I will just say that one of them, the pair of shorts that I will get to in a second, I have actually worn and altered. I will insert footage when we get to that item of what happened and what is still to be done, but just so you know, the shorts as I'm wearing them in the clip I show you in a second are not how they came. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna show you guys are the tops. I think tops is just easier to work through first. This is inside out for some reason. So the first thing is, what is this called? A pussy bow ruffle armhole top. It looks like this. This feels kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's like a really weird material. It's kind of thin and bobbly. I don't know if you can see the texture on it. All of this is really badly creased. I didn't have time to iron it, but it came like this, so like, this is what you get. It has this cute little bow. I'll show you in a try on clip in a second. I got this in a medium, I believe. Yes, I did, and I'm a bit of a weird size. UK size-wise, I'm a 6 in skirts on the bottom and an 8 in trousers because I need the leg length, unless like it's jeans, in which case you just buy a longer leg length. On the top, I'm anything between an 8 and a 12. Depends on how much room there is for the boobs, depends on the kind of like style of the top. For a lot of my like jumpers and things, I tend to oversize up because I like things baggy. I don't know how I feel about a medium. A medium's gotta be like a 10 or a 12. I think this might be okay. If it's a little more loose fitting, it might look okay, it might look good. So like, I'm not really too worried about the sizing, but they didn't have a small, so I wanted it, so I got the medium. This cost $5.94 in British sterling, or $7.48 US, if that conversion helps anybody. So this is what this looks like. Sorry if the lighting's weird. The curtains are open on that end and the light is on, but this faces a main road-ish, and I don't really want people watching me get changed. Okay, so here's the pussy bow top. I feel a bit weird saying pussy bow, but that's what it's called. So I'm just gonna tie this a little crudely because I don't know how to make it look pretty. Is this better? Okay. of itchy, not gonna lie. It's not like a bad itchy, it's bearable. I could wear this, but I'm just very conscious of how rough it is against my skin. Maybe wearing a vest top or something underneath would be a little bit better. I am wearing a nude bra, so luckily you can't really see it. Although if you do look closely, you can see it, but like, it's not bad. It's not really noticeable, it's fine. It is very thin. The material is kind of sucky, but we've been over that. I do really like these sleeves, honestly. I thought that they were gonna be a bit awkward, like they were gonna sit awkwardly because they're so short, but I actually kind of like it. Like it looks cute. The sizing is fine. I was a bit worried that it might be a bit baggy, but it fits pretty much like all my other tops that are of a similar size. I will just tuck it in because I tend to tuck everything in and I want to know how it sits. Oh, okay. Much better. I actually really like this. I think the material could definitely be better, and you know, that's my own fault for buying something so cheap, but the design is fine, the bow is fine. I will just say that I did tie the bow a couple times and it keeps coming undone. I think that's mainly just because the material is so that it's not sturdy enough to stay, but I might try and work out how to, I might sit down and tie it really, really nicely and then stitch it permanently into a bow. That might be easier. There are a couple of loose threads. A lot of these clothes have a couple of loose threads. Some of them are loose and still attached. Some of them are just loose. So like, the loose but still attached ones I can just like knot back in. The loose ones, obviously you just pull off. It's a little bit worrying, but fine. Like this one's still attached. But overall, this is a good top. Like, I like it. And for the price, like, it's fine that it's not amazing. Honestly, what was I expecting? The next top is this gorgeous lilac. You guys know I'm introducing a lot of purple into my wardrobe, so this is amazing. It's a frill neck cap sleeve top. These sleeves are kind of weird. They're like not a full sleeve. It's literally just like a cap sleeve, which I do like, but I'm a little bit worried that this bit might be a little bit tight on my armpits. I did get this in a medium because it has cap sleeves, and also because I'm okay with like turtlenecks and like mock necks and things, but sometimes I feel like I'm being like restricted, like my neck just, I can't. So whenever it's like things with a button, things that don't have stretch, like turtlenecks kind of have like a bit of a give to them, but this is just like a frill neck and a button up at the back, so it's not, there's no pull to it. So I did get this in a size up just because I was a bit worried that it wouldn't sit right on me. That does mean that it might be a little bit baggier at the bottom, but as with all my other tops, I tuck everything in, so like the ballooning at the top and then like a cinched waist is kind of like the look I like. So it will probably look good, right? This was also $5.94 in British sterling or $7.48 in US dollars. The material is kind of nice. It is a little thin. I can already see it's very, very see-through. You can see my hand there. Let me get something black. Here's my knee brace. You can see that straight through, right? Like, there's no hiding that. So again, both tops, nude colored bras, people, or maybe just like a vest top like this one, like a cami underneath, might be okay. Okay, so this is the lilac cap sleeve frill neck top. Actually, one of my worries was genuine, the other one, meh. So it's actually very loose, like the whole top is just very flowy, so the armpit issue, not an issue. It actually, if you can see, it hangs lower than my armpit, so there's no chance of it like catching and like going up in there. Even when I put my arms up, like it doesn't move, it's fine. The sleeves are a little, They sit a little funny. I think that might just be the creasing from delivery. So if I iron them, maybe they'll sit a little bit better. But it also could just be the fact that they've been sewn with a pleat in the center. I don't really know. The sizing is fine. Again, probably need to tuck it in to see exactly where we stand. Yeah, I'd say it fits pretty well. The see-through issue, not really an issue. I will just say though that I can very clearly see the top of my bra because the material just kind of clings to it for some reason. It is thin, but it's actually like a nice, like airy kind of thin. Like it's breathable. I like it. Maybe wear a vest top or a cami underneath if it's a little colder. Personally, I think just a lighter colored bra and you'll be fine. The neck, okay, I was right. If I'd have bought a small, I think the neck would have been far too tight. I was right about that. There is give, I can put both my hands here and it's fine. It just sits, I think because it's a medium, I think it just sits a little loose. Or like, not loose, but like it just doesn't sit right kind of thing. Also, I don't know if you can see, but the pleating is a little off. I might have to get the iron out and figure out how to straighten it. Some of them are just like wonky and falling over. If it was a stiffer material, if it was a thicker material, maybe they'd sit better. But overall, for the price, not bad. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with these first two items, so well done, Shein. Next up is this scallop trim button embellished crop top. Now, 2 buttons have come off this. I do need to sew them back on. Honestly, I don't know what to tell you about this top. It is really gorgeous, but I'm kind of a little bit worried about it. So again, I bought this in a medium, but because it's a square neckline and the shoulders are pretty big and poofy, I'm a little worried they might be a bit loose, so I might have to adjust it. But I don't think it's a kind of material where I can make any adjustments, so I might have to give it to my mom or my dad or somebody with a little bit more sewing skills. But aside from that, it's a really, really cute crop top. I love the kind of cinching of the puff sleeves on the arm. I think it will sit at a nice length. The only thing I will say about the buttons is that there's nothing, they're just sewn on. There's nothing like, there's no point to them. They're just for decoration, which kind of looks a little odd, but I guess like could be cute. This cost me $5.94 again, or $7.48 US. Disaster struck again. Can I be a well now? Does anybody get this reference? Okay, the buttons are their own issue. That's just, I'm gonna blame myself for this, even though it wasn't my fault. I'll sew them back on. That's fine. Like, buttons don't take ages to sew on, and actually the fact that they're not actually attaching anything means they'll probably be easier to sew on. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with this. I don't want to pull that out because I kind of want to use this thread if I can, but they've literally just completely ripped rather than unraveling. They've just ripped straight through the thread, which is a little concerning. This whole material is very, it's a little loose here. I would have liked it if it was like a little tighter, but honestly, like, that's fine. I did size up, so this is my major issue right now. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. 2 things we'll have to do is unstitch where they attach at the front and at the back, take them down a couple millimeters each, and then resew them. The only problem I have is the sleeves are a lot thicker material than this. Actually, I think it's the same material. This has just been folded over, so it's thicker. But if you actually look at the stitching line, it's a very, very weird stitch. It's a very weird material. I think it would be very, very hard to do. But aside from the sizing issue, it's a very nice top. I love it. It's adorable. These puff sleeves are great. I would just say, like, if they sat properly on me, it would look better. But like, I could wear this as is now. I just couldn't really like jump around too much or go to a rave because my bra is now on show. Not amazing, but probably one of the better ones. If the sizing was right, then this item would be perfect. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's not Shein's fault, it's mine, but the material is a little bit questionable and I'm worried about these buttons. But well done, this was pretty good. I actually really do like these sleeves. They sit at a nice comfortable length too. The crop isn't too high. It is about 1 inch and a bit above my belly button. Nah. But I tend to wear high-waisted things anyway, so not really too worried about that. But just be aware that it is a shorter crop. So the next thing I got is actually a bandeau because I don't own one anymore that fits my boobs because my boobs have grown since I was like 15 when I bought my last one from Forever 21. So I got this. This is kind of, it looks like a kind of like breathable material. I don't know if you can see all the holes in it, but it feels very flimsy. It's a free size, so like it's very stretchy, but the pads inside aren't 2 separate pads. It's like one pad and then like a little like chunky bit and then another pad, so they're all like connected, which gives it this really weird look about it. And I have actually tried this on under a tight off the shoulder top and it basically just makes me look like I've got pancake boob, and that's not the look I'm going for. Like it literally just like flattens my chest and then leaves like circle indents in the top. It's not cute, but this, I mean, it didn't cost that much. This was $3.39 British sterling or $4.27 US. So like honestly, like what did I expect for less than £4? You can also remove these. There's holes either side to pull them out, but it's so big and the hole is so tiny. Like I have absolutely no idea how you'd even get this out. Oh my god, the pads have like circles on them. That's a really weird texture. Okay. Anyway, let's move on from this, please. The next 2 tops I got, I was actually umming and ahhing between 3 of the same pattern but different style tops, and I genuinely could not pick between the 3 of them, so I was like, okay, I'm narrowing it down to 1. We'll just take the favorite. I eliminated one of them, and then I couldn't decide between these 2. One of them I bought because I really like it. The other one I bought because I don't own anything in that style and I wanted to know if it would look good. So the first one is this mock neck grid crop top. Kind of dull pink color. I kind of like it. It did look better online, not gonna lie, like the coloring of it, but I'm not mad at it. It's not the pink that I go for. This is a little too dark for me. I don't really like dark pinks. I stick to like pastels and baby pink because that's what I feel comfortable in. Less like a Barbie doll. No offense to anyone who has pink, but like I physically can't. But because it's like a dull color, like it is kind of okay. So it has a mock neck, it's just got like regular sleeves. It is slightly cropped. It's not like a full crop. I'd say if you wore high-waisted jeans, it would probably be lower than them. But if you wore like jeans that sit on your hips, then maybe it would be like just above the jean line. It definitely looks like a longer crop to me. Again, I bought this in a medium because the reviews on this said it's not that stretchy. It does have a bit of stretch, but it's not that stretchy. And I have these girls, so I thought better not risk getting a small. This cost me $4.24 or $5.34 US. These pricings are really weird, but like honestly, like I don't know what to expect. Like this might be completely fine. I don't know. I don't know what country of origin Shein is in. I'm assuming China, because that's where all cheap clothing comes from, right? But I have no idea. So maybe it's the Chinese exchange rate. I genuinely don't know. Maybe I should ask Jerry what the British pounds to yen is. He'll know. I don't know. I don't know if he'll know actually. Oh my. This top is a little tight. Oh my god. Ah. Okay. It fits fine when it's on, but it's a little tight. How is this a medium? Actually, yeah, it's like a little loose when it's on. It's very tight around the boob area. It's actually squishing my boobs in a little bit. I can actually feel my bra has like crumpled in order to sit somewhat comfortably in this top. This isn't too tight on my armpits, it's not digging in there, but what I will say is it's a little restrictive on my shoulders. I feel like this is very, very tight here. The mock neck is fine, it's got some give to it, it does stretch, but when it sits as is, it just sits really weirdly. Again, I think it's something to do with the material. If it was a stiffer material, it wouldn't hang forward so much. We'll see if ironing it can straighten it out. That was so bad, I'm sorry. It's alright. If I pull my shorts down to my hips, it sits just on my belly button. Literally, it comes to an end at the bottom of my belly button. So I was right. If you wear high-waisted things, you'd probably be able to tuck it in quite comfortably. I don't really have any issues with it. It's just one of those items of clothing that's just going to be a little bit more difficult to get on and off. But overall, not bad. Actually, pretty impressed. And molting. Okay, so same design, but this is a grid-fitted cami top. And again, cost me $4.24, and that's $5.34 in US dollars. It's exactly the same material. The material is kind of bubbly. Like, it's not like smooth. It does have a bit of a texture to it. But the reason why I picked this is because I don't actually own any tops like this, and I see them all the time on Instagram, and I'm kind of obsessed. So this is weird. Oh, it's got metal in the cleavage. I guess to like keep it sturdy, but it doesn't go all the way to the top. I don't know if you can see that. The metal just stops and then there's just excess material. By design? I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the sizing of this one. Again, I got a medium, but I think I should have got a small. This strap isn't even. If it's straight that way, it's twisted that way. All right, I'm gonna have to have a fiddle with that because I think it's literally just a case of straightening out the fabric. This is not cropped, but it's about the same length as this one, which is why I think that this one is a long crop. I don't know how I feel about this. I've never bought anything like it, so I don't really know how it's supposed to look or fit, or whether like metal down the middle is normal, but we'll see when we try it on, right? I'm so sad. I'm so sad. This is so close to being perfect. I am wearing a smaller bra than what I should be. This bra is not my size. I tend to wear smaller bras just so I can fit into tight tops that will fit me like around my torso area as well as my chest. Like if the top is supposed to be like fitted, it won't be fitted. It will be like ballooned and then just, yeah, like sticky out. So I tend to wear smaller bras. So maybe if I wore a bigger bra, this might not be much of an issue. In fact, I might go put a bigger bra on in a second. The straps are a little long. I would say maybe if I hoisted it up a little bit, it might fit better, actually. But there's still the issue of this being a little bit loose. I don't really know what I could do about this because I don't know if you can see this on the boob. There is a fold in the material to kind of like, because that's just kind of like the style, the design. Like sometimes you do get lines across boobs just to make them look better or to make the top fit better. So the concern is if I take this up too much, will it then throw off the balance of my boob? Or if I take it down here, more way this way, it then just sits completely off. So I don't really know what to do with this. I might just try wearing a bigger bra. It fits fine here. Again, like I said, this one isn't cropped, so it sits at like a nice comfortable length, like I'd say like mid-hip kind of length. Rests pretty much on top of my butt curve, if we're really getting into length. Okay, if anyone is interested, I'm wearing the racer back that I got from Victoria's Secret. The one that the woman charged me full price for, didn't give me a receipt, and then when I went back to complain, she was like, where's your receipt? And I was like, you literally just served me, you didn't give me one. And then she then knocked it down to the sale price that it said on the tag, and then it turns out it's actually cheaper than that. So I saved myself £29. That's this bra. So this bra actually fits. I would just say the smaller bra is probably better. The bigger bra just makes, I mean, if I lean forward, I don't know if you can see, it's literally just hanging off me here. Like it's not, it doesn't sit attached to my body at all. With the other one, it sat against my skin up here, but now it's just like hanging forward and it looks weird. It does fit better here. This then becomes a problem. I think this is honestly just going to be a case of finding out which bra sits better with it. but I don't know if you can see this. There's just like bunching here for some reason. I don't know. I'm gonna take it to somebody and see what they say. See how we can fix it. But like aside from that, like it's a pretty good top. The material could be better. It's a little like rough. I wouldn't say it's scratchy, but I'd say it's rough, but it's because it's textured. Like you can see the texture on it. It's bumped. So honestly, what was I expecting? If I tucked in, it doesn't balloon weirdly. I think it sits pretty nice. Keeps its like kind of fitted shape. Good. Good. Just a little bit of a sizing issue again, but it's probably my fault. Next up is this co-ord set. Now, I love co-ord sets, but I usually go for plaid when I do them. I don't know why I bought this. It was cute, and I liked the skirt. And I'm not really a fan of the top, but for the sake of the skirt, I got it because they came together. I couldn't buy them separately. So these are both size small, which is a concern because this is gonna fit, but this might be a bit tight. That's why I'm worried. So the top is just a kind of halter-ish crop top. It's kind of like a racer style. I don't really know what you call this. Bras that look like this I usually call a racer back because that's what Victoria's Secret calls them. It's just like this white material. It does have a kind of pattern to it, and then it's got a black band at the bottom. It's really pretty. It does have a stretch to it, so it might be okay over the girls. We'll see. The skirt, this is where the concern is. I think this is far too see-through. Luckily, I do own a slip. Just be aware that a lot of this is really thin material, and if you go for anything in a lighter color, you're probably gonna need to wear something underneath it. I do like this. This is actually why I bought this set, is because this skirt is really, really cute. I've seen a lot of things similar to it, and they've never really been in like a color that I wear or in a pattern that I wear. I didn't know that the white had a design on it, otherwise I probably wouldn't have got it. If it was plain white with a black on it, it might have looked better. Just an FYI, this is not detached, it's sewn on. So there's no chance of like wind getting up your skirt and blowing it open, which is nice. But I'm a little worried. It does stretch, so if I have a food baby, I'm fine. I don't know what to think about this. So on the site, this is listed as a contrast binding hem textured top and overlap skirt co-ord. Now the fact that it says textured in the title means that I should have known that it had a texture to it, but if you actually shop on SHEIN's site or use the app, my stomach grumbled. There's no item description when you're scrolling through. You have to load the actual page itself. So there's just pictures upon pictures and pictures of stuff. And like, you don't know exactly, like if it's like a full body picture and there's a top and shorts in it, or like, and a belt, you don't know what you're getting until you open the actual page. So it's kind of a little bit difficult to navigate, but like, whatever. Maybe I should have known that this was textured. So like I said, I got this in a small. This cost me $7.64 British sterling or $9.62 US. So one of the most expensive things, not the most expensive, but one of the most expensive things in this haul. Kind of understandable because it is 2 pieces, but we won't know until we wear them, whether or not they're worth it. Okay, 2 things. First of all, I was wearing a racerback bra, so I thought it would be perfect for this, but the top is so tight, I cannot get the top on with that racerback. I do have a smaller racerback from Victoria's Secret, but it's in the wash. So you're just gonna have to deal with seeing the top of my bra. It is very, very snug. Not uncomfortably snug. There is still stretch to it. It's stretchy. It's just snug. I am also wearing dark underwear, as you can see. I'm wearing them to prove a point. If you wore like a white or a nude G-string or a thong, maybe you could get away without wearing anything underneath. But if you're going to wear underwear, I tried this with just plain white underwear. I changed into black ones just to prove a point. But I tried wearing white ones and you can still see them. So unless you're gonna wear like really small underwear, wear a slip or some shorts underneath. Size-wise, fine. Still got some stretch to it. The length is pretty cool. I'd say maybe it's a little too long for my liking, but if I hike it up to where I usually wear skirts, you're then encroaching on top territory. It sits weird. So I have to shuffle it down a little bit just so there's like a line of skin between the two so it doesn't look too weird. I know like the top skirt look like a dress thing is like cool, but this has a black band on it and it makes it look weird if I do that, so I'm not going to do that. It does fit pretty well, but the bra is an issue. I know it was one of the more expensive items at like, was it like £7 or £8, but you're getting two things for that price, so I can't really be too mad at it. The quality is like a little iffy, the texture feels weird, but it's kind of growing on me, like the pattern is growing on me. Would I wear these two things separate from each other? I might wear the crop top with like jeans or like a black skirt or something, but I don't think I could wear the skirt with anything else just because it is textured and the black is so like, it might look a little bit weird if I wore a different top with it. So the top I'll definitely get more wear out of than the skirt, but the skirt I will have to wear with the co-ord set, which is a shame because most co-ord sets I buy together, and then I wear them separately a lot, but I also wear them together a lot. It works out at about £4 a piece, so am I really gonna complain that much about only being able to wear a £4 skirt every now and again as a set? Not really, like, it's fine. I kind of wish that you could buy these two things separately so that I could get the small in the skirt and a medium in the top. I feel like a medium would have been better. I could have worn more bra options with it, or had it been more breathable to wear a bandeau. This bandeau does give me pancake boob, so I'm actually really worried about wearing it with this top because it's so tight, because I think I'm gonna get pancake boob. Okay, before I pull this top down, I would just like to point out what I mean about pancake boob. Look, it's literally just like, my boobs don't end here. That's so wonky. But I can't straighten it out because it's bent like that. I'm not gonna play with my boobs on camera, but it's not so much a pancake boob. In this top, I don't have two circles, but what I do have is a mono boob. I don't know if you can see, but it doesn't flatten in the middle. It does, but it sticks out and it just makes me look like I've got one giant boob. This bandeau just seems to have a lot of problems with it. But like I said, this top does stretch. Like I can wear a bandeau and have my boobs be there, full size, rather than squishing them into me to wear this. And it fits. Would it have been better in a medium? Probably. Should SHEIN have the option to buy things separately? Yes. Next up is this belted paper bag waist pencil skirt. That's a lot of words. I love the paper bag trend. I do own other skirts that are paper bag style. I don't have any shorts. I was actually looking for shorts when I found this, but I kind of fell in love with the color. It's not quite the same color as it looked online. It is, again, a bit of a weird pink that I don't really wear, but I guess I can make it work. It's very, very stretchy, like very stretchy. The only thing that concerns me is the material is a little thin. It's soft. It's probably the softest thing in this whole haul. Actually, yeah, no, it is by far the softest thing in this whole haul. But again, it's see-through. Oh, it doesn't look that bad, but you can still see the color difference. So, nude underwear, guys and gals. I don't really know what to say about this. It feels kind of, even though it's soft, it does feel like a cheap kind of soft. But again, like, what do you expect from one of these sites? The belt is attached. It's just literally just sewn onto the two sides. It doesn't loop around the back or anything. You literally just tie it at the front. The other paper bag skirts I have a belt that goes like all the way around. So I'm not entirely sure why this is just on the side, but to each his own, I guess. So I got this in a small because I have a small waist and it cost me $5.94 in British sterling or $7.48 US. For a skirt like this, yeah, okay. If it was like maybe on one of the sale racks in New Look, I think I'd pick it up, but I don't think I'd pay any more for it. I think this is definitely one of those skirts that is a sale item only. I think most of these things are gonna be like sale item only to persuade me to buy them, but for the price that they were, like, I don't feel bad if none of this looks amazing, because what did I expect? Okay, I'm just gonna leave the top on because I'm too lazy now to take it off after all that arsing. I don't actually know which way around this skirt goes. There is no label inside. Oh, there's a label here. That doesn't help. I don't know which way around this skirt goes. Let me tie this. Again, you can very clearly see my underwear. So, again, white or nude, G-string or thong would probably be best. Light colored underwear, you might probably still see. So if you can get your hands on a slip or a pair of shorts, that would be best. I don't actually know where my white shorts are at the moment. I think I just washed them. Yeah, this is a little thin. It is the softest of them all. I do like it for that. The length is pretty good. I'd say maybe not appropriate for law school. Just a little too short for law school. Just good for a summer day, I guess. The bow is a little too chunky to really sit fine. I think the material is a bit too flimsy. Even though it is elastic and it does have a lot of stretch to it, I will just say that it is like pushing into my stomach. And no, it's not just because I've tied it, like it still feels exactly the same when it's not tied. Is it a sizing issue? Probably not. Probably not, because look how stretchy this thing is. So it's like not a sizing issue, it's a design issue. Yeah, a little lousy, could be better, but with a slip or some shorts, I'm sure it'll be fine. So the last thing in this haul is the most expensive. These are the 90s cuffed hem plaid shorts. Now I did cuff them more than what they're supposed to be. These are a size small, and I have already tried these ones on, as I said. They are far too big. I should have got an extra small. Even then I'd still probably have to wear a belt with them. They do have belt loops, which is good. These cost me $10.19. Honestly, I could have found a pattern online for a pair of shorts, bought the material off the rack, like a lot easier, and it would have been a lot cheaper to just make them. So I'm just gonna insert the clip here of me making adjustments, and then we'll get on to the try on portion.
These shorts are far too long. They make my butt look really long. They aren't great, like, because it's so long and there's nothing like here, there's no like detail separating it, it looks weird. So what I'm going to do is turn them up and stitch them a little higher. There's a couple of loose threads and things that are falling out, so I'm going to fix those and then I'll show you what they look like in the actual video. It's probably a little bit awkward to show you, but basically the way that these have been stitched and the way that they've been hemmed is a bit naff. Instead of like rolling them up an extra one, because you can see how uneven the line is. This is a shoddy sewing job. What I'm going to do to fix it, rather than unstitching the sides, because it's literally just the two sides that I was going to stitch that are originally stitched, but I can't be bothered pulling them out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to half fold so that I can make sure the line is even, and then do a full fold, which might make it a little bit thick, but we'll tack it, we'll see how it looks. It doesn't actually look that thick, but I'm obviously going to have to try them on and see how they look. I would normally iron this, but I'm at Jerry's. I don't know if he owns an iron. I'm pretty sure I've seen an iron in his house.
When I sewed them, there's all this extra fabric because it's so wonky in the crotch and butt area that it's all just like ruffled and just... So I'm probably gonna have to undo the entire underneath, re-sew them, and make the crotch just a little smaller. This ain't cute, this ain't desirable. My butt also looks incredibly long because of this. Imagine if these were still their full length. That's them rolled down to where they used to be. Imagine they look like this. Obviously you don't wear them there. They are supposed to be on your waist, but these are small. I've been putting weight on. They shouldn't be this big. Let me go get a belt. Okay, so even with a belt, they are still a little loose. With a top tucked in, they do sit nicely. I will just say that. I do really love the pockets on these. My hands fit all the way in. Like they go almost as long as the shorts, which is really, really nice. I love pockets. These are insane. Amazing. There are a lot of loose threads. The sewing on these is really, really wonky. It's really awful. These aren't straight. They never were. I did manage to get this one straight when I resewed them, but the hem on this one was so, like, wonky, there's no way these are ever gonna line up. So it does get a little thicker here, but it is even pretty much. Because I tried to get it to be straighter, and that was the best I could do. I'm not a miracle worker. These shorts are atrocious. But they're really cute, and I don't want to give up on them, so I will keep trying to make them look better, and maybe we'll check back in a couple weeks, see how I'm getting on. They're fine. They're really cool. I do like them. They look really nice. I like styling them with different things. I love wearing my chunky white trainers with these. Just dress them up in like a 90s style. Absolutely love it. But there are a lot of problems with these shorts. Most of them were overcome by the fact that I brought the hem up, but it did make the crotch area even more messed up than it was. Fixed one problem and made another problem a little bit worse. Is it the end of the world? No. Is it fixable? Yes. Can I do it myself? Yes. Am I going to? If I take them apart and I can't figure out how to put them back together, I will chuck them at my mum. They're cute. I don't want to give up on them. They're so pretty. They're like, genuinely, this and the purple crop top are my favorite things from this entire haul. And I don't want to give up on them. Wish me luck. That's all I'm gonna say. But yes, that is it for this week's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As you can tell, some of these things were flops. I am going to keep everything, but the main ones that need adjusting are the purple crop top, the shorts, and this one. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with this top. I'm probably going to have to enlist the help of some more experienced sewers, i.e. my mother, my grandmother's, and maybe my sister's godmother, who was also the mum of my primary school husband. So I might ask her if she can give me some tips at least. I don't want to like throw it at her and be like, hey, fix this, because I feel mean, but I might ask her for some advice on how to go about this, because I don't even know where to start with this. I guess the straps, but then as I said, like I'm worried about this sitting in the wrong place on my boob and then throwing the whole dynamic of the top off. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but these are the main three that need fixing. The rest of them is just a case of wearing nude things and slips and things underneath, just so my underwear isn't on show. But aside from that, I'd say this was a success. If you want to shop at SHEIN, go ahead. I would say if you can afford to, save your money and shop elsewhere. Yes, they're cheaper, but for that you're also getting cheaper quality stuff. So spend a couple extra pounds, a couple extra bucks, and get some better quality things. Honestly, I have never shopped in SHEIN before. This is my first time. Do I plan on shopping there again? Probably not. I genuinely cannot see a reason why I would. But if I'm looking for something specific, then I might shop SHEIN if I can't find it anywhere else. But I don't think I'd do a full haul again. I think it might just be like 1, maybe 2 items in the future. So if there's anything you take away from this, it's either save your money or make sure your sewing skills are good enough that you can fix the clothes, because they seriously need fixing. I know that 2 of these, well actually all 3 are kind of a sizing issue on my part, but if the other medium things fit me, like why don't these? Why do they fit so awkwardly? I kind of regret picking this one over the other one that had the same pattern now. Maybe if I'd have gone for this one and the other one, I would have been happier. But I really wanted a top that looked like this, and I got so excited to be wearing it, and now it's gonna take so much effort for me to even get it on my body that, ugh. These shorts, like I said, still need a lot of adjusting. I have hemmed them to a comfortable length. I have actually worn these out and they're okay-ish. I would just say that the one thing I really need to do is maybe rip up the back seam and just sort the bum area out a bit, because there's just so much excess fabric, because This was not sewn straight at all. It's so wonky, it's unreal. This is probably like the worst sewing I've ever seen. And I did textiles in year 7 with a bunch of boys who literally just used to slam needles into things for fun. So, you know, I've seen my fair share of bad sewing. That is it for this week's video, guys. If you liked it, be sure to give it a big old thumbs up, as was me links down in the description, so make sure you go follow me. While you're down there, there will be links to all of this stuff, if any of it tickles your fancy, and you want to go have a look, have a browse, be my guest. Subscribe to the channel, see you next time with a brand new video. Ciao. Bye.